Hey, what's up everybody? Devilore here with yet another match for you from the Kaze Lore SC2 Tank Spot Invitational Tournament Open thing, lots of words. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit of TVT action. We have Ghost here spawning as the yellow Terran over here on the east side of Lost Temple. Down here at the south we have Kestnuts, otherwise known as Musclebound, as the red Terran. So yeah, a little bit of TVT action going on here. I want to remind everybody right off the bat that this is, yet again, from the Tank Spot SC2 Kaze Lore tournament that was going on. So this is just going to be a fun game between some friends, nothing too major. Do not expect, boxer versus Nada style play here. This is just a couple of guys hanging out, having some fun, playing some StarCraft. So we see both players dropping supply depots at their ramp. Want to get a little bit of a wall-in going on here. Pretty standard opener. A lot of Terrans actually have been, I say that's pretty standard, but actually in TVT a lot of Terrans have been opting instead to build their supply depot either like right here or back here to try and wall in. So interesting that both players choosing to wall in at the ramp. We see Ghost here sending out a scouting SCV. He's going to poke around down here. Looks like he is headed directly into the main over here of Musclebound, so he will get in there right away and be able to see exactly what's going on. Musclebound dropping his barracks, and looks like Ghost is getting his down at the pretty much exact same time. So we're seeing pretty similar timings from both players here. Ghost doing a little bit of harassment with that SCV there, trying to get some damage in. He gets chased away by this other SCV though, and he's going to just poke around inside the base and see if anything interesting is going on. Neither player, it looks like actually Ghost just now getting down, actually that's almost done already, getting his refinery up and running. Musclebound opting to wait on his gas, get that a little bit later, so probably be seeing some heavy marine play out of Musclebound here early on. And then possibly some early Marauders, or maybe just a fast factory out of Ghost. We do have a second barracks now going down for Musclebound, and it looks like just another supply depot here. Okay, he's not getting an add-on. He's going to just build a supply depot and finish off his wall in that way. And we have these two SCVs just doing a little hide-and-seek, chasing each other around, duck, duck, goose or something out here in the middle of nowhere. This this rally point is hilarious. Okay, he actually did pull away. That rally point was just all over the place. Just continue running until I tell you to stop, SCV. So, Orbital Command coming up now for Musclebound. Orbital Command has already been up for Ghost, getting a little bit of the mule action going on here. These SCVs are still chasing each other around out here. This is kind of ridiculous. Oh no! Just a little bit. I don't know why he decided he wanted to duck off that direction at the last second, but he lost that SCV. His loss will be mourned for all eternity. We see a factory coming out now for Ghost over here, and he's getting his second refinery as well. Keeping on top of his orbital command energy as well, so pretty solid play out of him so far. He's even got these 3 Marines just carefully positioned up here on the ridge to be able to shoot at anything that tries to wander up this direction. He's continuing to produce Marines as well. Over here in Musclebound's base, aka Kestnuts, which by the way is a ridiculous name. I don't know what this SCV is doing here. He's just kind of hanging out. He's looking at him real hard. Okay, he's going to go over here and build a factory, it looks like. And this SCV is unfortunately trapped outside. He's just having to look inside and see what's going on. Is he going to come over here and... looks like he might want to expand. No, he's just going to come up there and build a supply depot. Alright. Keep on rocking. We now have both refineries up and running for Kestnuts here, but only one guy in this gas. That's unfortunate. Never really works out the way you want it to when you forget to actually put all your guys in gas. Starport coming up now for Musclebound as well. So he's going for a, we see this a lot. It's called a 1-1-1 play, where you get one of each production structure. Looks like he's getting siege tanks, or at least he's getting siege mode. No siege tank actually in production yet. There it goes right now. So probably be seeing a Viking pop out of this starport to be able to spot for that siege tank, as well as get a little bit of air-to-air action going on, and another barracks coming down for him as well. So very, very normal, standard, solid play coming out of Ghost up here. Down here in Musclebound's base, he is getting a tech lab on his factory as well. Probably be seeing some siege tanks out of him. Oh no, we have an armory coming out here. Okay, so might actually see some Thors Don't see a whole lot of Thors in TVT nowadays, just because they just don't tend to do too well against tanks, which have been so common. And oh, there's the scan coming down from Ghost here. Let me grab one of his buildings real quick. Did he actually see that? Yes, he does see the armory is down, and he sees the factory with the tech lab as well. So very, very well positioned scan there from Ghost. He's going to know that he needs to expect Thors coming up soon, and he's honestly going to be pretty okay with that with this these siege tanks here. Setting up Saudi's base. Oh, and that is why getting that Viking is so good with that tank. He is able to just float this around here and do a little bit of spotting, and there is not much that Musclebound can do about it. He's going to take some shots at the siege tank. Is he going to be able to get away in time? He's trying to unsiege, and oh, he barely sneaks away with 25 hit points and just sets up again. This Viking's going to come over there, and the tank is going to continue pounding the Marines in the face. Oh no! Trying to run those Marines over there to attack that siege tank. A little bit of a misclick or something. Just walks completely past those whole bunch of Marines and loses all of those. Musclebound now in a very bad situation. This is not good times at all. A whole bunch of units now just pouring out of Ghost's base over here. We even have more. Oh, he's not actually. Oh, there we go. More Marines in production. We have another couple of siege tanks coming out, and it looks like he might want to start building some more. He's actually getting command center for an expansion here. Do have a Thor out for Musclebound. Wow, we even have Marines inside Musclebound's main now, taking out that depot. This is not looking good for Musclebound at all at this point. Ghost can pretty much just attack, move, and take this. He's going to be very carefully leapfrogging these tanks up here. That one could unsiege at this point and move up here and continue doing some damage. This one tank down here, he even has SCVs over here repairing it. That Thor is just barely takes it out in time. But there's unfortunately just too many. Oh no, he does actually manage. I did not see this SCV here. He is actually repairing that Thor and is going to manage to take out all of those Marines and buy himself some more time. If we go into the unit count, there's 2 Thors. They are pretty much even on SCVs. There are 2 Thors out for Musclebound and only 3 tanks and 3 Marines for Ghost, as well as that 1 Viking. So Musclebound has actually managed to pull himself out of that pit. He will be able to recover from this if he can continue to build up his units. He is getting a little bit supply blocked. He's having to build these depots here really quickly. Honestly, at this point, he has enough. I would honestly just do a supply drop just to be able to pull him out, because he is in a tough spot right now. And Ghost over here sieging up right outside of Musclebound's base, just putting on the blockade, making sure nothing can come out of there. He's trying to build this barracks, but these siege tanks are just roasting everything. This Thor is just taking so much damage. Really just these siege tanks here now. That Thor does go down. The siege tanks do so much damage to Thors. Only takes a few shots. With 2 of them there, only takes a few shots to be able to take that Thor down. He does have this SCV repairing it though, so that will slowly get its way back up to full life. Unit count still, like the SCV count, like I said, is actually still looking pretty similar. We have a fairly saturated main here and a fairly saturated main here, and they're both using their mules as well. So yeah, we see a reactor coming out on this starport now. Probably wants to get a few more Vikings out in a hurry, and just continuing to build more tanks. Should probably be getting a tech lab on this factory so he can build more tanks out of that as well. And more Marines coming out. So it looks like he just wants to set up as much of this blockade as he can out here, and it just hold Musclebound inside of his base. Every single time Musclebound tries to move out at this point, he's just being met with a wall of Marines and siege tanks. So he needs to be able to build up behind here. Honestly, he is far enough up there that he could probably get an expansion up if he really needed to. But right now, what he really needs to be focusing on is getting units out. He needs those units very bad. And we see he actually did end up using some energy to get a supply drop down here just to pull himself out of that pit of being supply blocked. And he's very close again. Looks like there is a... Oh, and there's a scan coming down. He sees the inside of Musclebound's base here. He knows that this is basically the only units he's got, so he's going to go for it. He's coming out here. These Marines are just tearing through Musclebound's Marines, and this Thor is the only thing standing between Ghost's army and Musclebound's base, and down it goes. There's just 4 Marines now for Musclebound, desperately trying to get out as many Marines as he can. Even off of the one with the tech lab, he's trying to get stim, but it doesn't look like that's going to finish nearly in time, as Ghost is knocking down Musclebound's door at this point. Very, very bad position, and there, Musclebound has left the game. No GG, but like I said, just a friendly game between some friends, so not going to worry about that too much. Honestly, that game was really, really standard out of Ghost. He just went for the very, very normal old style that we used to see a lot in the beta of TVT, which was build a whole bunch of tanks, build a whole bunch of Vikings, let the Vikings spot for your tanks, and back them up with some Marines. So worked really, really well for him. Able to take out the first match here on Lost Temple. So we're going to go into Game 2 now. Be sure to check that one out as well. I'll see you guys there.